So that's the draw done. We decided to like split it up a bit and cap the lakes off. So we've got 3 people on Lake 1, we've got 3 people on Lake 2, 4 on Lake 3, 2 on Lake 4, and the rest are sort of scattered around over Lake 5. Myself and James, we decided to go as a pair, and we've gone in pegs 23 and 24. I won the coin toss, so I've gone in peg 23. I've never fished it, so I thought I'd give it a try. It has been raining ever since we got here, so we have to set up quickly and stuff like that, but I've got my spots all sorted. Got some bait out on the spots. Let's give it a go and see you soon, hopefully.
Matt in France at Crete Lakes on the A2 Bait Social, once a yearly event where we all get together and have a bit of a social and try and catch some of these beasts. I've had 2 fish so far. This is obviously the second one. The first one was a 34-pound mirror, caught on a banoffee wafter, a yellow one. So consequently I changed all my rigs over to that bait, and this is the next result, 60-pound 4. It's a lovely fish, as they all are here. Let's have a look at her. She's a bit lively, but they don't give up easily, so that's what we're here for. There we go. 60-pound 4. Absolutely stunning fish, to be honest. What a great result. It's the 2nd of December today. Freezing. Great fishing weather though. Overcast. Been wet all day, but the water is freezing. But they're still on the munch, and they can't turn down those A2 baits.
Right, we're rounding Dave Buckley's swim, peg 29, and he's got this for us. What is it, Dave?
45 mirror, best of 4 last night.
Wow, so you've had 9 fish now?
9 fish in total, yep.
That's fantastic, mate. What's the biggest you had so far?
47, 43, cut them up to 30s.
Oh, mate, you're smashing them out.
Yeah, it's all going well, mate.
Hook bait?
Banoffee tricolour wafter, little 16mm one, just over a bed of crumb.
Yeah?
22 wraps.
Well, no one fancied Lake 4. Dave come out sort of midway through the draw. Yeah. No one really fancied Lake 4, so Dave's coming on his own. And if I'm honest with you, he's the one clubbing them out. So
yeah, happy days. Nice lake to myself. Cheers.
Keep going, son. Well done,
mate. Lovely, thank you.
Right, I'm Shannon. It's my first trip to Crete Lakes. I'm on Lake 1. Didn't have anything last night and today, but I redid my spot, so I was a bit tired yesterday. And put it out and had this beautiful fish, 53 pounds. It's going to play me up now. Came out on the new test bait, which is all I use pretty much at the moment. Little white pop-up, 12mm on a Ronnie rig, just over by the margin. Beautiful fish, really pleased with that. What a start.
Anyway, here we are, back out on the Crete Lakes video we do, December. I pulled peg 18, Lake 2. It's not fishing easy, this lake, and they seem to be moving to every corner where there's no lines. Lost one the first night, so I thought I'd have a little move around here this morning just with a couple of rods to see if I could actually, they moved in here last night, and bang, I've just had my first fish. Not very big by this lake standards, but rather pleased with getting one on the bank.
Right, here we are, round on Lake 2 at Crete Lakes for the A2 Bait Social, and yes, it's me, cameraman from last year, who didn't do quite as much fishing last year, but this year I've managed to winkle one out, so really pleased with that. Came to a banoffee wafter, nice small one, so yeah, should we take a look? There we go. 42 pounds, and let's hope there's many more to come. Come on!
My name's Kellie, Magerrison. I'm here with the A2 boys out on the winter social. I managed to get myself on Lake 5, opted for a swim right down in the corner, swim 45, I think it is, and yeah, doing good. So got a few to show you, and I've had a few already, so happy days. I caught it on my little one. I caught the bait I used last time I came out in May. It's a banoffee wafter. Just trim the top off, and then I put on a little bright pink topper, and it sits up lovely in the water. And yeah, they're loving the bait. Putting quite a few boilers out. I think I've used about 40-50 kilo now. So yeah. Yeah, the rig I'm using is a jungle hook, size 6. Fishing it sort of D-rig style. So I've got a nice D-rig on the back of the hook with a little swivel, and using a banoffee wafter, just trimmed down the top, and then I'm adding a nice little pink bright topper on the top of that as well. And then what I use is a bit of bait floss rather than any bait stops, and I just pull it through with the baiting needle, both of the baits, and then just cut the end and then just heat it down, and that seems to hold it on fine. And I've caught most of the fish this week on that rig, and I'm happy to use it anywhere, to be honest. Okay, I'm out here on the A2 Bait Social. I've been with them near enough 4 years now, and still loving the bait. He's had some new products come out, and they've all been smashing it. You've only got to look at the A2 page and any of the other guys that were on the bait. It's done me well this year. I've been fishing for England, and we've won 2 gold medals this year, and we've got lots more happening next year. And I just feel confident in the bait I use, and I think you guys should just get on it. All started for me was a few years. I mean, I've been fishing for quite a few years. Miranda and Karen, they started the ladies carp team, and it's just grown from there. You won't believe how many ladies do go carp fishing, and we want to see more on the bank. We want to see them progress. Come and fish for England, because we need new ladies. Just get on the bank. Here we go. We've got another one. A little 19.5 pounder on the A2 baits. All different flavours actually. I've got a banoffee, creamy toffee and tutti frutti. And yeah, just mixing them all up, so don't sort of shy off any one bait. So yeah, loving it.
Here we are on Lake 1 in my favourite peg. Normally does a bit of fish for me and gives me a bit of good luck. And this is my 11th fish of the session. 66.4, new PB. Second 60 of the session as well, so we're not doing too bad. Still got what, 3 or 4 nights left of the session yet as well, so the spot seems to be rocking. So hopefully we'll have more of these. Let's have a look at her. Absolute beast. Every fish out of this lake is absolutely stunning, and they all love banoffee, A2. Happy days. Jesus! Oh my God! Oh. That's cold. That is so cold. God, worth it though. I'll do it all again. Oh.
Guys, thanks for coming to the A2 Bait Social. It's been a good year.
Have a trip, December.
Yeah, we've all caught lots of
Me and
fish.
you ain't doing very
How
well.
many called, Jay?
No, we're not doing very well, me and Craig.
Let's not talk about
we're doing a lot of filming, so we haven't had time to film.
I'm not blood a lot.
So, lads, we'd like to say thank you. Like 80 baits is going from strength to strength.
Seems to be doing very well. Well done, James, on your PB.
Cheers, boys. Thank you.
260s.
Well done, James.
Hopefully we've got the rest of the week to come. Fingers crossed. Yan, you need to do something.
Yeah. No, but it's been a really good year for 80 baits, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been really good. It's
good
going from
year. Everyone's
strength to
catching loads of fish, all you guys, so it's a thank you for doing that. And Craig, for making this awesome bait.
Right, cheers, everyone.
Lads, well done. Well, Craig, making it fun.
So we had Crete Lakes again, social part 2, still December 2019. Some of the guys got off to a great start. For me it took a little longer, and this little friend came along. So onwards and upwards from here on. I had it on a mom special 14mm hook bait over to the right hand corner where they've been showing all week, in fact.
Morning guys, we're at Crete Lakes A2 Bait Social. This is my 5th fish of the session, second biggest, 38.8. Caught on the new A2 Baits test bait. Spots are starting to rock now. Unfortunately I've lost 5 fish. That's down to snags and hook pulls, unfortunately. Managed to retrieve all tackle. But here she is. Nice little contribution to the social, and hopefully get a few bigger ones.
Hi, I'm James Steer. We're out at Crete Lakes on the A2 Winter Bait Social. We're all having a good time. Plenty of bites for some of us, some less for others. Craig. Yeah, it's all good. It's start of December, and fishing's not been too bad. It's been okay, and we're going to have a chat about what we've done this year. This is the 4th trip I've been out this year. Come out in the winter last year, nicked one. I think it was a little 2-3 night session. Nicked one, 43 I think it was. Come out 2 or 3 times in the summer. Had some good hits, and then as I say, yeah, we're here now. I think I've had 23 fish, something like that. Fortunately, I've had a few 60s in amongst that. 4 60s. Who'd have thought it? We was having a chat in the car park before we even started fishing, and
yeah, we both would have settled for that, wouldn't we?
You'd settle for one, yeah. The anticipation and that, you just don't know what's going to happen here. You know, you could have an absolute session of a lifetime, and to be honest, that's what's happened this session for me. Fortunately enough, it's sort of lucky to be in that situation, to be honest. But you've just got to be in it to win it. And yeah, I mean, my English fishing this year has been taking a back seat in some respects because I've been coming out here a little bit more. I'm fishing the water in Canterbury that's quite an exclusive syndicate, and it's really hard fishing. I've not been able to give it my time this year, but next year on there will be good. But for this year, it's all been about Crete Lakes, to be honest, and it's been good to me, really good to me. And finishing off the year with this session, unbelievable. But I think it's all been down to A2 Baits this year. As soon as I've come onto it, it's done wonders. I've not looked back, and I've used good bait in the past, and it's done well. But it's definitely, catch rates have definitely improved. I'm not just saying that because I'm here on a social. it's facts, and the catch reports, they're credit to that, to be honest. And the range we get as anglers, we're always looking for a little edge, something we like, and A2 cater for anything that you want, and that's why we're here fishing using their bait, because it is quality. There's no two ways about that. So yeah, I'm here with Dave Buckley. Needs no introduction. He's a lifelong member of A2, isn't you, really?
Yeah, I've been using A2, well, it must have been good 5 years now. Saying use it all the time. It's like everywhere I go, whether it's been Devon Road, one of the R syndicates in Kent, out here at Crete, which is my first time out here, Cassian, Talats, it just works everywhere you go. There's absolutely no need to use any other bait.
I think that's the difference, isn't it? Is the confidence. Like, even if you are struggling, which we all do, no matter who you are, you can eliminate that worry, worry factor of
you
your
haven't
bait.
got to think, am I using the right bait?
Yeah,
you know, it's get the location right and everything else. You know the bait's spot on. That's all you've got to worry about, is getting on the fish, and you know you will catch them on the bait.
Yeah. No, I agree, yeah.
But recently we took it out to Cassian. I think me and Craig went out to Cassian for 10 days. We've done all right. We had 7 fish between us. Like, one of the highlights, we both had a brace of 40s. He was out in the boat. All the time he's out in the boat, I'm getting the liners on all 3 rods. So obviously, you know, you're trying to get it right on last knockings when you're getting the bite. So it's the anticipation, the last 15 minutes. He's out in the boat, he's netted his. So I'm shouting, you know, get back in, Craig, I'm getting liners. Literally, the minute his boat pulled up on the bank, my rod's away. He's absolutely roaring off. So we've got to get the fish out of the net, into the sling, and I'm out in the boat. Which resulted in, I think Craig's was 45 and mine was 45. So,
it's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, so out there, we was banging in 40 to 50 kilo of bait a day just to keep the fish in the area.
That is amazing.
Yeah, so out here this week, it's been amazing, isn't it? You've had a brilliant week.
Yeah, it's been good.
Was it 460s now?
Yeah,
460s. 460 pounders. I think I've had, what have I had? 14 fish now, up to 50 pounds, which is, you know, it's good. Not a massive fish, but I've had a right good laugh. Brilliant complex. Just using a mix of banoffee, crumb, little 10mm mum special hook baits, little tri-waft. It seems the little hook baits seem to be
little
working.
hook baits, yeah, definitely make the difference, I think. Yeah, I mean, even though you're fishing for these big fish, people think you need to use big this, big that. I think it couldn't be further from the truth, to be honest, could it? You know, the smaller the better. And I think that's how people make a mistake when they come to these venues. They go big and bold, and sometimes, my experience personally, and other people would agree, like Dave, the smaller the baits, the better. Yeah. But again, with the selection that we've got at our disposal, as any of us have got when you buy it, you've got a choice of, it's unlimited, the choice that you've got. And if you want to use small baits, you can whittle them down. I mean, everything's supplied small if you want it, and that's the way, I think that's a good sort of secret to the success out here, is small, definitely is a winner. But it's just small particles, like you say, with the crumb glugged right up with the glug. It's really quite a powerful attractant.
You've been using a lot. I've been using a lot of glug.
So much glug, yeah. And even if it's watered down a little bit, just to give it a little bit, just to go a little bit further. I mean, the glug's definitely gives it extra pulling power, and the crumb, it's just so much attractiveness out like on the water. It's just the way. That's my little. Sort of success this week really is the crumb, I think.
I'm Shannon. I've been with A2 baits now for about 2.5 years. I heard that they were doing well at Darrenth, so I got in touch with Craig. Started off with the creamy toffee, which seemed to be the most popular one at the time, and was doing the business. I was doing a lot of French trips, so I took it to initially Labyrinth, the one which is twinned with Marpêche. With Kevin Ellis, we fished out there. There's about 12 of us had the lake, and that first trip I was top rod straight away. First time I used creamy toffee, I had 12 fish, which is good for there, including quite a few good 40s. I used it again the following year. We booked the lake again at Labyrinth, Kevin and myself and a few others, and I would fish a different swim, and I think I was top rod again. I had 12 fish again, including a couple of 50s, real cracking commons, mirrors. It's a difficult lake. They don't come easily. You have to find spots, and you know it's an interesting lake. Lots of bays, arms, open water, very weedy, bars, and you have to go out and really work on finding a spot. But I always like a challenge, and it certainly is a lake with a challenge. So I did well there. Had another 12 fish. That was the last time I fished that place. Then I fished no, not Labyrinth, I just said that one. I fished 3 Isles, which is not far from there, and it was a real hot June week. Got there and it was like 30-35 degrees. Fished a swim there, which was really big, wide open swim. I was actually sweltering for the week. I wasn't sure I chose the right area, but you pick your peg before you go there. First night I had 2 fish, 40 and a 30. Then the next night I had 3 fish, can't remember the exact weights, but one of them was 84 pound. Went out in the boat. You're allowed to land them from the boat, and when I saw it in the water I thought it was a good fish, but when it came up, 84 pound, it was actually fantastic. Personal best obviously by miles. Biggest before was 66. Had some cracking photos with the owner there as well. He came around because he likes to know when you've caught a big fish. All on the creamy toffee. I pretty much nearly always use a little white pop-up on a Ronnie rig. The Ronnie rig has been great for me. You can cast it 100 times, it doesn't get tangled, it presents the bait perfectly, the fish get tricked so easily. I'm always hooked in the bottom lip, very rarely, touch wood, lose a fish. It's just an easy rig, you know. I feel guilty that I'm not trying something really intricate and everything, but it works, and as long as the bottom's right for fishing over, it presents it perfectly. And so I got through about 30 kilo of creamy toffee that week, but you had to either swam it out or stick it out, and I ended up with 12 fish again. I stick to 12 fish every time, which was, I think Mike Murray might have been on peg 3 or 4, he might have had a few more than that, but I was one of the top rods for the lake. On the very last night I had 3 takes at the same time. Literally I was playing a fish, the other rod went off, I had to call to the guy next door, he came in, grabbed the rod for me. Then I went out again, got the other fish in. While I was just about to photograph that fish, the other rod went. 2 50s, 55, 54 and a 47. 55, 54 and a 51. All on the creamy toffee, little white pop-up. Fantastic last night. Brilliant session that was. Then I didn't do much UK angling. I have to pick my little girl up from school, and I have her every other week, so it's difficult to get away and get a session in. But I joined the Tip Lake at Darenth for 6 months, and I fished for 4 months. Literally the first trip I went down there, paid my money, fished in a corner swim, thought I'd start there, see what I can see the next day, and I can move if I need to. Literally within 5 hours I got there in the afternoon. In the evening about 10 o'clock I put the bait right under the margin in about 6 foot of water. Literally, I lowered it in, and I had this take, played it, felt like a nice fish, got it in the net, looked in, and I thought, oh, it's a 30-pound common. So I called my friend up. It was a couple of swims down. He came down and he lifted it out and he said, well, I won't say what he said, but he said, you jammy rotter you. And it was the biggest fish in the lake, one called the Major, 48 pound 12. That was a PB UK fish, creamy toffee again. And then literally I fished for 4 months there. I had 4 40s, including a couple of 44s, 42. I had a 39-12. I had quite a few good 30s, low to mid 30s, and plenty of others. I couldn't go wrong. Every time I caught a fish, it was a good fish. And I mean, Luke, who's part of A2, he was coming round and saying, what you doing, all this, and it was just luck, really. You know, I was getting in amongst the good fish, but creamy toffee couldn't go wrong. It was an interesting lake, and I've actually rejoined it for next year, so I'm hoping to meet up with a few of those fish again, and there's plenty of other 40s and good fish which I haven't caught, so I'm hoping to get amongst them. Then what did I do last year? I joined Welly, got into Welly, which had a phenomenal amount of 50s in, 40s. It's an amazing lake. Unfortunately last year they did lose a lot of fish, like a lot of waters did, because of weather conditions. But my first trip down was in March. It was freezing cold. I didn't see a fish, didn't get a bite. But then the next trip down was in June, and it was blowing a gale into one of the corners, into a bay which I really fancied. There was a guy in the swim that I wanted to be in, but he was going in the morning, so I gave him a call in the morning and said, any luck? And he hadn't had any bites, but he felt confident, but he was off, so I moved in there. That first 24 hours, confidence was really high, but I heard that there's 3 fish out on the other side of the lake on the back of the wind. So I thought, oh, the fish don't read the book, they've gone on the back of the wind. But all those swims were taken. I thought, I'm going to stay put. It looked so good. I had to hold on to the bivvy so it wasn't blowing away. It was that strong, the weather. Anyway, that next morning it was about 10 o'clock, and supposedly it's a night swim where I was. The right hand rod pulled round. I looked round just in case it was a coot. Wasn't. Great start, 47 pound. Absolutely beautiful fish. Lovely orange colours. Chuffed to bits. Ronnie rig again. So I was over the moon. I was off the mark with a welly fish. Then 2 o'clock in the afternoon, another rod went, and 44. So I couldn't believe it. So I was chuffed to bits. I had one more night on there. Felt really confident for the night because supposedly it's a night swim, but nothing happened. And I remember waking up just as it was getting light, looking out and thinking, oh, what went wrong? I was convinced I was going to catch something. Put my head down on the pillow, and then my right hand rod pulled tight, hit into it. That was a 34 pound mirror, and as I was about to lift it out to weigh it, the other rod went off. I thought I'd knocked it and it wasn't. The other rod tore off, and that was a 28 pounder. So I had 4 fish that session, so a real good session. And then pretty much every trip I went on I was catching, all on the creamy toffee, and I had a few 30s, 20s, nothing bigger than the 47, but I only did about 7 or 8 trips that year. This year I've been 4 times. I had a 35 and a 31, but I wasn't on the fish this time. But hopefully next year I'll get to do a few more trips. I'll try not to book so many French trips up. That's taken over the time. Fish number 3. I had after the 53 I had a 42 in the night, and then this one sort of mid-morning. It's 45.5, fought like a demon. A new test bait, little white pop-up. If I'd lost it, I thought it was a 60. Got to have a ginger nut, they're the best ones dunked.
That's it.
Right, where were we? So this year I've been using fruity fish, and been doing just as well. Fished Lequy, had a shed load at Lequy, couldn't go wrong, had about 40 odd fish in our winter trip, sort of a work party stroke winter fishing. Had, I think, 7 fish. The 7 last fish I had on the last day were all 40s, up to 47. Fantastic trip that was. Oh no, that was the previous year. This year the lake was frozen. Still caught, I had a 51 and a few others, but the previous year, fantastic. We all caught fairly well, but I did the best and had something like 12 40s, 2 50s, absolutely phenomenal trip. Coming to more. So 2 years ago I took the creamy toffee to Rainbow, had 2 weeks on the island. I invited Lee Jackson with me for the first week, and he had some good fish, up to 73 I think, and I had a great week. I had loads of fish, including something like 12 40s, 10 50s, including 4 over 58, 62, 66. Absolutely brilliant trip, all on the creamy toffee. Couldn't put enough in. It's an amazing place. It's just so exciting when you go out there. So many snags, so many features. It's like prehistoric lake. It's an amazing place to be. So coming back to this year, plenty of trips done. Went to Parco di Brenta in Italy. Caught some nice fish there, up to 57. Started using the fruity fish there, just as good as the creamy toffee. To be honest, I've got no problem using any of Craig's baits. Banoffee, fruity fish, creamy toffee, they're all great. So I can't remember exactly how many fish had at Parco, but quite a few. Then went to the Telliats. Fortunately, didn't fish that great, and I didn't get a good draw, but still had them up to 50, low 50s. Fruity fish doing the business there. I was using little pink or little brown pop-ups there mainly. Fish just seemed to be shying off the white ones, but they all worked well. Next trip was Crystal Waters. Now that was a good trip. We got a free trip. We went there early on in the year, and they'd had a small fish kill, and so we got another trip. Still loads and loads of big fish in there. It really is a fantastic lake, deep, lots of features, islands, weed. It's got everything. I've had some good trips out there before with the tackle box, doing some videoing and stuff. Then I had a really good one in the winter, 12 fish again, which was top rod for the week. So this trip was, I'm trying to remember exactly when it was. I think it was about 3 weeks ago. So we're talking about the early part of November, and got out there. There's 8 of us there. The third out the draw. Got into a good swim, in my opinion. There'd been a couple of fish out of it the week before, but there was only, I think the most anyone caught the week before was about 3 or 4 fish. So I got in what I felt was a good spot, and I couldn't go wrong. Caught every single night, all nighttime bites. This was on the new test bait. I thought I'd try it. Smells lovely. My new favourite bait. Couldn't go wrong. I was crumbing it up, putting it out there. A little bit of hemp and corn, and putting it bang on the same spot every time. I had to be accurate, and literally I was catching off 2 rods either side of this spot. I couldn't buy a bite on the other rods, but every night I had some bites, and it just got better and better during the week. On the Thursday night I had 8 fish, didn't get any sleep, and on the last night I had 6 fish. My first bite of the week was a 68 pounder, which is my biggest fish for the week. I had 3 60s. My last bite on the final morning was 61. So I had 68, 61, 64. I had 5 50s up to 58, and I had something like 6 or 7 40s, and I had 25 fish for the week. It was phenomenal. Great week it was, and there was only 5 other carp caught on the lake, so I was doing something right, or I was in the right spot. All the other lads will tell you what, I had fish all over me, in front of me, and they didn't have any, but I think it was the bait and the angler. But the bait is fantastic. Used it here this week at Crete, and although James opposite me is doing the best on the complex, he's had 5 60s this week, plenty of other fish. I started well, had a lovely 53 scaly fish to start with, which is my favourite. I like a scaly mirror, and then caught a few other 40s, lovely beautiful coloured 45.5 mirror, but it's died off. They seem to have picked up where James is, kept in that area and moved away from me. But last night, being Wednesday night, I had a tench. Night before I had a common, 23 pound common, and I'm now struggling. So got 2 more nights left. I hope they move back in. The wind's turning around a bit and coming towards me. Always feel confident. I think if the fish are there on this bait, I'll catch them. So that's where we are now, coming to my last trip of 2018. We've got a couple booked in for next year, fingers crossed. I'm back on the Tip Lake, so I hope to get some nice fish from there. Back at Welly, and I'm on the fisheries, but that's a no publicity lake. But I've been waiting to get in there for about 12 years, so fingers crossed. Got some lovely fish in. I'll be doing my best. I want to do more fishing in the UK, and I'm going to be on A2 all the way. Can't go wrong with it. It's the best bait I've ever had, and I know everyone says it. I've been with a lot of good bait companies, they're all good, but something about this creamy toffee was phenomenal. Fruity fish was just as good, and now this test bait.
Right, here we are on Thursday afternoon. Plenty of fish have been coming out around the venue. Jan and I are on Lake 2, and I've had 4 fish now, and lost 3 sadly, but yeah, I've had fish up to 43 pounds. I'll put the pictures up in a minute, but yeah, so it's going well all around the lakes. Doing plenty of filming, and I'm lucky to get a bit of filming myself, which is really good. Jan's just spawning behind me, and we're gonna have a little catch up with him in a minute. He's had a really good year using A2 all over the Europe, Italy, Belgium, and he's been over to the UK and fished with me for a little bit. So yeah, it's all going well. Another December at Crete Lakes, the awesome venue. We don't have to tell you much about that. It speaks for itself, doesn't it, really? But yeah, we'll see what Jan has got to say. Right, here we are, round in Jan's swim. We're going to have a little chat with Jan about his year that he's had on A2 baits. He's just been, as you've seen, putting some crumb out, and yeah, he's been using it. So over to Jan and see what he's been up to this year.
Okay, so this year had a lot of ups and downs, especially in the beginning of the year, lots of downs. Don't know what it was, but had some foul material, hook link material, lost 13 fish in a row, so not really pleased with that. Then it really kicked in for me as of September, where I had a good month over in Belgium. On the local lake I fish, I had about 7 fish out of the top 10, including the biggest common and the biggest mirror. So yeah, it's always nice to get those on the list. Then I did a first trip to Italy this year, which was in the second week of November, and I don't know what happened, but we really smashed it out there. We set a new lake record as well.
Really smashed it. You smashed it.
So we had I had 44 carp and 3 catfish in the week. Biggest carp was a 72-1 common, followed by a few 60s and loads of 40s and 30s. So yeah, going back next year, that's for sure, together with Lee,
hopefully,
if he gets the time off. And yeah, now it's the Crete trip this year, a bit different than last year. It's really fishing hard on Lake 2 at the moment, only at 2 fish on a lake which averages 41 pounds. Imagine I got 2 20-pounders, so we'll see what the last 2 days bring, but it's gonna be difficult. So 1 more fish and I'm a happy man.
Exactly. So I mean, for me, I'm just down there a little bit. I've had 4 fish, Jan, 3 40s and 1 upper 30.
Yeah.
And I've lost 2. It's the old fisherman's tale. The one that I lost was big. It felt good. The 40s, I've been striking into them. You can feel them shaking, trying to get the lead off, trying to get the hook out. Still good fight, still awesome to catch 40s in December. But the one that I lost, you're just plodding. It felt big. But hey ho, still got 2 nights to. I set myself a target of a 50. Still got 2 nights to do it, so hopefully we can get that done.
My target is easier. I just want 1 more fish. Don't matter the size. So yeah, we'll see what happens. We just want to say also a massive congrats to James Steer on Lake 1.
Yeah, he's done amazing.
He's smashing them out of there. And then we had the UK trip. Well,
yeah,
it's more like a short visit. The guys took me to Baldwin's
in Dartford.
Nope.
It's like fishing goldfish for
Not
goldfish, Jan.
It's the goldfish lake. So,
but, hey,
but yeah, it was good. It was good fun, but not really what I was going for.
No.
But yeah, it was last notice for choosing the lake. So still good fun, good seeing everyone. Same as with this social. Otherwise, for me, it's difficult to see.
Yeah, and that's what it's all about, isn't it? We get together, as you see the other day, that we had a barbecue. Everyone can then.
Yeah, thanks for burning most of the meat, Jamie. But still, it was really fun. It was nice.
And that's what everyone can talk to everyone. We have a group chat that we chat to, but it's nice to see everyone face to face and have a bit of banter and have a bit of a giggle, and also talk tactics, because everyone fishes different. You know, everyone has their own little scope on things, and to talk to people, and also everyone fishes different venues. So it's nice. It's nice to be to come in. I mean, like Jan's been to Italy, to a lake that we're not going to mention because you're not finding out, and we're going to go back over there. There's some real good fish in there, real good fish, and also we're planning hopefully a trip in the next couple of years to Lac de Salagou, which is in the south of France. Jan and I will go out there, which will be good. So Jan, this is your second trip, as is mine, back to Crete Lakes. Obviously December last year and December this year. Last year you fished on Lake 3.
Yeah.
Now you're on Lake 2. What are you finding the difference? Do you like this lake?
Yeah, I think it can be quite nice. Lake 3 didn't fish well this year either. Lake 2 didn't turn on. In fact, it's just Lake 5, 4 and 1 which are really doing some bites. But yeah, I would definitely pick this lake again if I come back.
Yeah,
and hopefully be amongst the bigger fish.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I really like this lake. There's something about it. It's different. It's quite a uniform bottom. You got little weed patches. Even still now, there's fresh Canadian weed out there.
Yeah, a lot.
And we're finding good spots. Like anything, speak to the bailiffs, speak to people that have worked here, or sorry, fished here before, and then you can get a good idea of what's in front of you. Obviously, there's no better thing than casting a bare lead around, finding the spots, wrapping up, and yeah, it's paid off for me. I mean, okay, six runs, 4 fish, top rod on this lake at the minute. Who'd have thought it between Jan and Craig Outram, eh? Lee Slater's top rod, but it is what it is.
I gave him the best bag on the lake.
Yes, he did. I did come out a day late, and Jan did give me peg 12, isn't it? I don't even know.
No,
what peg.
14.
14. So yeah, I'm in peg 14, and yeah, just consistent baiting, I think, is working. Going out with a spom, or I am using a boat as well. And Craig is just having a little fight with a swan over there, so we turn around.
Leave him alone, Craig! Also for Lake 2, if you ever do get on the complex and there's a few friends of yours in the winter time, if you want to cap the lake at the number of anglers, put it at 4 and put 1 in each corner. It will open up the chances, because
the fish,
so line shy, so they move to the corner where there's no lines. We kept it at 3, so they're in both corners where no one is fishing, so it's making it hard. Even dummy rods aren't.
Yeah. I mean, the fish, they know where our lines are. I mean, I'm fishing slack, and they're still coming in. I mean, the ideal situation in this would be to back lead, but obviously we've got weed patches out there, we've got everything, so you don't want to be back leading over there where you could be getting liners all night where the weeds moving. So yeah, it's working out the swim, it's working out what to do. Jan is doing everything that I would be doing. They're just not holding up out there. They are down in the corner, down to our right, and then they're opposite me as well.
A team member of A2 Baits. Yeah, I've been with A2 Baits now just over a year. First found the bait actually here on this complex out at Crete. I bought it when I was out here fishing. Really like the bait, I've obviously got on the team. Ever since then I've been using all of it. Really Fruity Fish is one of my favourites. I'm not using it here now, I'm using banoffee and creamy toffee. Just really impressed with the bait, it's quality. And I always catch. The lakes in Cornwall can be tricky. We're not fishing with big salt lakes where I fish. And one of the top rods on the lake I fish is, I think, a lot down to the bait. And confidence, you've got to be confident in what you're doing. So if you're confident in your bait, it just gives you that head start before you get going. So yeah, get on the A2 Baits. Here we are on the A2 bait social. Caught this one at 43.12, about 36 hours now with no fish, so very, very welcome. Just a Panoffy wafter, about 60 yards. Lovely stuff.
I'm going to try and lift this. I struggle with big fish, which I like the thought of that, but I haven't got the strength that I used to have. 68 pound last night, third fish of the night so far. On the test bait again, little white pop up again, same rod. Here we go, let's see if we can lift it up.
Shannon, that's pucker.
Like to get it. How's that looking?
Yeah, pucker.
I'm struggling to hold it out.
Yeah, that's pucker. You don't have to hold it out, mate. Right, say something nice now.
Over the moon. Absolutely chuffed. Fish of the week at the moment, but everyone's reeling in, so should be. Then I had a 23, then I lost one, and literally I got one rod in, started packing away, and this tears off. £61. Get in. This one's for me little girl, Minnow. She's 8, and this is what Daddy gets up to. This one's for you, darling.
It's decent fish, gets it to the margin, gives it a little bit of side strain because it's gone under my left hand rod. Boom, I thought I'd hook pulled it, gets it in, checks the rig, fucking swivel snapped. I then landed one just doing a little bit of stalking when they moved into that bay opposite us. Second day. And then I lost one more on my rods, got it halfway in, hook pulled it, quite a decent fish, a bit gutting. And then I ain't had a bite for a couple of nights, and then this is the first bite, early hours this morning. So hopefully it's all going to change now, just in one show on my spot. Fingers crossed. A couple more nights. Please let it happen. I can't be catching 2 20-pounders out of a lake that averages with 40-pounders, and I catch 2 fish and then 2 fish and they're under 20 pounds. That's probably only just over 20 pound. I could cry, seriously. Give me a rope and you will find me hanging later from a tree. Alright, anyway, this enough fucking about. Let's throw this back. Thank you very much. Little butterball.
I've lost 10 fish.
I'm filming, so crack on.
I know. But I've lost 10 fish. I've had 5, right at the start of the beginning. Right, we're on the A2 bait social. I picked peg 10 from Lake 1 out of the door. Started off pretty well, catching my first fish at 39.5 pounds, and subsequently a 33, and then a 38.5, and a couple of smaller ones. But in between all that, I unfortunately lost quite a few fish. Been using A2 baits, new test bait. Rigs have been pretty good, but I think I've just been lip hooking them really to lose them like that. Gone for about 30-40 kilos of bait. Fish are not really on the spots, they're more to the left of the lake. And your lens is steaming up by the way.
Yeah, I know, yeah, I can see it. There you go. Yeah, it's alright, we'll be alright. How's your year been on A2 bait, Chris?
My year has been awesome on A2 baits. I started off beginning of the season waiting to get back on DBL. I was on Sutton Little Lake, DDAPS, my club water, and first session down there I set up in a swim called the Lighthouse. My first fish was a 14-pound common. I thought, happy days, I'd like to spin that around, and blimey, a couple of hours later I did. I had the unknown at 41. So
Happy days.
that was the start of my season, and that was the most sought after fish in that water. So the following week I'm at the draw at DBL. To my surprise, no one picked out the singles, which is one of the going swims, especially in the winter. I picked the singles, and lo and behold, my first fish was a 41. A very sought after fish called the chocolate orange.
Oh, there you go then.
So two fish in 2 weeks of 41 pounds, and yeah, my season just went from strength to strength. Progressed through the year on A2 baits, using the fruity fish, which is quite an underused bait, to be honest, a fish meal bait developed by Craig. As I say, it's got plum in it. It's a very underrated bait. I started getting big hits of fish, 6s, 8s, 12s, 6s, you know, all around that area. And yeah, I had some big hits on it. Anywhere I went, basically, throughout the year. Yateley, I took a 30 from Yateley on fruity fish.
That's it?
Yeah, went to Woolpack Fishery, and yeah, had a couple of nice scalies out of there. Yeah, that done me proud. Wasn't big fish, but originals. So A2 baits again. This time round, I believe I was using Mum's Specials over Banoffee and CT mix. Pretty much everywhere I've gone, A2 baits has done the business. So my year has been awesome.
To the last minute. Managed to have 2 early hours this morning. One was a 38, we got that on video. Anyway, a little while later I put the same rod back out, and off she goes. 61 mirror! Get in there!
Well done, mate. Oh, what a cool that.
Hey, look at the single scale there though. Look, and look at these.
Yeah.
Look at these starbursts, boys.
Wow, look at that.
That's it. Wow. So here it is, 61. Crete Lakes, Lake 2. Caught on a slip D rig. Tiny little 10mm white CT pop up. Tipped with a couple of fake maggots this time. And then, yeah, there you go.
Try and push his head out, Craig, a little bit, that's it.
Rolling backwards, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, go on.
There you go, boss.
There's that.
Yeah. Go on, give us a little smile. Whee.
Strange smile.